Kitkatscanread. Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another video. Today I'm bringing you guys my book haul for the month of April. So yes, it's another month, which means of course, yes, there's going to be books because never ending books, you know, this is the way it goes. There's no point in saying book buy and ban, never stop buying, or like book diet or whatever, because it just doesn't happen. It can't happen because things just always come into the equation, whether it's books that are gifted, books that like you are like highly anticipating, so you have to get the next release, or you know, free bookshelf. You know, you never know what gems you find there, especially if they are books that you have been looking for. So yeah, I've got a mixture today. I've got some books that I've got from a free bookshelf. I have got an ARC. I have got some books that I got from Waterstones and also Asda, of all places. So these are going to be in no particular order, but I will start with the books that I got from the free bookshelf. The first one that I'm picking up here is Jurassic Park and Congo. This is by Michael Crichton. So for those of you that don't know, Jurassic Park is a dinosaur park that was kind of like created, and yeah, this is like quite an old book by the looks of it, because it's like brown pages and stuff. But yeah, I remember watching the Jurassic Park movies when I was younger and being fascinated by dinosaurs, and yeah, since discovering that yes, it is written. And so when I found this on the shelf, I was like, I want to have my hands on it, but I've no idea. Congo. It says here, 3 adventurers plunge into the hearts of Africa in a desperate bid for the fabulous diamonds of the lost city of Zinj. So that actually sounds like an interesting adventure too. So yeah, 2 books in one, and yeah, I look forward to giving it a read at some point. And yeah, I think it's going to be like an interesting book, so hopefully I really enjoy both of these stories when I do get around to reading them. The next couple of books I got from the free bookshelf are books from the Secret 7 series by Enid Blyton. I have recently got the Famous 5 book set that Will got me from Lidl, and yeah, so these are like 2 random books that are in the series. These are really old editions as well, so this is book 5 and book 12. But I would like to like get my hands on them again because they were like one of my favourite childhood series. So with number 5, it's Go Ahead Secret 7. But look how old this cover is. Like, it's such a gem. And just how, like, you know, it's falling apart literally, which is probably why they got rid of it. But, you know, that's just, you know, it's had history, it's had life, and that's what I like about it. So yeah, I mean, there's 15 books in the series, so yeah, I've got another 13 to collect. But oh my gosh, just what gems. I mean, it says here this edition is published in 1969, so we're talking like over 50 years now. This is older than me. This is like a grandpa, which is for me, it just feels really like special that it's been probably in a few generations of people's lives passed around. And this book, you know, just to show how much this book was back then, 17.5p in the UK. Yet the average book these days is like what, £7.99, £8.99? Crazy. So got that one, and then the other one is Good Old Secret 7, which is book 12. And this one was 20p, so it went up like 2.5p. And this one was published in 1972, so only a few years after. But oh man, just so special, you know. I love it. Can't wait to get my hands on the rest of the series eventually when I find them, whether it's in charity shops or whether it's on the free bookshelf, who knows. So yeah, very happy that I have those. Also from the free bookshelf, actually Will picked this up and then he handed it to me because he knew that I had been looking for this book. I used to own it many years ago when I was like, I think possibly in my early 20s, maybe late teens, and I think I unhauled it for some reason. I'm pretty sure I had like the whole trilogy and I don't know why I unhauled it. I think maybe my nan made me, I don't know like what happened back then. I think, yeah, I don't even know, like I cannot even think of the reason why I unhauled it. But I did unhaul quite a lot of books back then, so yeah, I don't really know why I did that. So that was the silly old me. But anyway, I got here Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman, the first book that's in the Noughts and Crosses series. And yeah, this includes a short story called Callum as well. So yes, this is part of a series now. There is Knife Edge and Checkmate, I want to say, and there was a new one that was released not too long ago. So yeah, and it was a TV show, and I just want to read the books and then maybe watch the TV show. I've always been really interested in this book. I think maybe it was like, I don't know, I was kind of reading at the time and I found it a little bit hard to read. So maybe that's why I got rid of it. Maybe I was just like, this is quite hard to read because it's really like, oh, in the feels. But yeah, this is about Callum, who's a Nought, and it is a white citizen controlled by the Black Crosses, and Steffi is a Cross and the daughter of the most powerful, ruthless man in the country. Noughts and Crosses don't mix together, but when Steffi and Callum's childhood friendship grows into a passionate love, they have to find a way to be together. And then the bomb explodes, dun dun dun. So it's intensely passionate, totally absorbing, and it's their original dystopian masterpiece. I love a good dystopian, so yeah, I've been meaning to get my hands on it again, and it was on the free bookshelf and Will picked it up and I was just like, oh, please can I have it, you can borrow it after. I must. So yeah, hopefully pretty damn soon I can get around to reading it because I've been meaning to get my hands on it so soon, and now that I found it. Is it a hint? Who knows? So maybe next month we'll see where the TBR leads me. Okay, then there's a new Bernardo store that opened up in Bournemouth near Castle Point, and I had to go in there, and one of the books I picked up, this sounds really interesting. So this is Secrets of the Tombs, The Phoenix Code. This is by Helen Moss. I haven't got my stickers off yet, but yeah, this was £1, and it says here, a 3,000-year-old mystery, a legendary treasure, a dangerous cult that will stop at nothing to find it. Ryan Flint accompanies his journalist mother on an expedition to Egypt's Valley of the Kings. They don't expect to get caught up in an ancient murder mystery and have their life threatened. Archaeologist's daughter Cleo has stumbled onto an incredible secret, but with others also on the trail, can Ryan and Cleo outwit their enemies and solve the Phoenix Code. But yeah, this sounds really interesting. I like the sound of the mystery and the adventure. I'm really sort of like kind of into that. So when I was reading it, I was like, you know what, that sounds really interesting. So yeah, hopefully I do enjoy it when I get around to reading it. Have you noticed I've been saying when I get around to reading it? That's because I just don't know what comes out of the TBR these days, because sometimes I get a choice in what I get to pick and other times I don't. So fate decides my TBR these days. So maybe I should start saying like when fate decides for me to read this. The next book that I picked up was Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams. This was like pretty damn big when it was released because it was a Sunday Times bestseller. This was £2 in the charity shop, and it's about Queenie, who's a journalist, expressive, aggressive, loved and lonely, and a darkly comic and bitterly take on life and love, race and family. Queenie will have you nodding in recognition, crying in solidarity, and rooting for the unforgettable character every step of the way. And a lot of people said it's deliciously funny, topical, and a thrilling novel. Brilliant, heartbreaking, a must-read novel about sex, selfhood, and the best friendships that get us through it all. And it's funny and furious. So I feel like it's going to be Nuna, why you got to be a bear? Don't be a bear. I feel like it's going to be a quite enjoying read, so hopefully it's one that I can get into and really enjoy. As I flick through this, there's kind of like multimedia, like texts going on, so I like that sort of stuff in books. And yeah, it looks like a fairly easy read, so hopefully I gel well with this one when my TBR fate leads me to it. Also in the charity shop for £2 I picked up Almost Love by Louisa Neal. I was reading the back of this and I thought this is going to be really hard hitting. So it says Sarah falls for Matthew and he's 20 years older. He only sees her in secret. Slowly but surely she's sacrificing everything else in her life to be with him. Her friends are worried. Her father doesn't understand how she could allow herself to be treated like this. And she is on the verge of losing her job. But they can't help it because they are addicted to being desired by Matthew. And love is supposed to hurt, isn't it? So, yeah. This young girl is addicted to having a relationship with someone who's 20 years older than them. So I feel like it's going to be really hard-hitting and emotional. But it says it's compulsive, intelligent and compelling, breaks another boundary. Honest and poignant, redefines the concept of romantic fiction, perceptive and empathetic. So yeah, I feel like this is going to be really good, but like tough. But I liked the sound of it, so that's why I got my hands on it. Then from Asda I picked up the sequel to One of Us is Lying, which is One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus. I've recently watched the whole TV show. I've had mixed things from it. Some people don't like it, some people do. I personally really enjoyed it. I've not read the books before, but I watched the TV show, so the TV show is an adaptation. Okay, so I see it that way. I'm starting to read the first book at the moment, and yes, there are some differences already, but there are some similarities. So I'm told the books are better. Even the Waterstones, person told me the books are better. So yeah, I've heard that from quite a few people who've read the books before watching the TV show. This time I'm doing it the other way around, so let's see how I feel about it. When reading The Kissing Booth by Beth Reekles, it's very different. I like the TV show adaptation of the movies better than the book. So, it's different sometimes, but the book is different in its own way. So it all depends on our own preferences at the end of the day. But, I really enjoyed the TV show. So much that I'm just like, you know what? I really kind of like these teen mystery things of like murder and mystery. So yeah, maybe that's the phase I'm kind of in at the moment. But it's nice to have the sequel. And it's glorious blue lettering and blue edges. But it was £4 in Asda and I couldn't pass it up. And now I've got the sequel so that I can dive into this at some point after I finish One of Us is Lying. Speaking of Waterstones, I also got You'll Be the Death of Me, buy one get one half price. I had a £10 off voucher, and so this is one of the books I got. So this is the purple one. These are all designed like this with the edges. This was the one and only one I hadn't had yet. I've got the Cousins and I've got the other one. They are literally in the bookshelf next to me. And yeah, One of Us is Lying and the one that I just showed you, the sequel. And then I've got all of her books released so far. This is a fairly recent release. I want to say like this year, if not December. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, it was a fairly recent, because I remember, yeah, so I think it was like literally the end of last year. But it's always been on the table. It's always been on the table, but I've never been like, you know what, should I pick that up? Because I've always been like, well, I really like teen mystery. I'm not sure if I will. So I've never picked it up. Watched the TV show. Loved it. Addicted to the mystery and the twists and the... So, yeah. So this isn't anything to do with the series as far as I'm aware. I think it's a standalone. But it says, 3 friends with secrets to hide. 1 shocking murder. Will the truth ever come out? So, kind of similar situation. Ivan, Mateo and Cal used to be close, best friends back in middle school. Cal pulls into campus late for class, runs into Ivy and Mateo. They decide to ditch school together like old times. But they're not the only ones skipping school that day. They spot their classmate Brian acting suspicious downtown. They follow him into an empty building and walk straight into a murder scene. And on their day of freedom, it's turned into deadly, and it's a matter of time before the truth comes out. So yeah, these books on the back here. The other books. So Will actually purchased this one in the red edition, so he's reading that at the moment. I've got my art copy of the first book that I got a few years ago, and yeah, I said to him, I was like, once you've read it, like, could I have the red one so that it matches like all the others, like providing obviously I end up enjoying it. But yeah, got another book of Karen's, and the other book that I got as part of the deal is the Bone Spindle. This one sounded really interesting. Kiss the prince, break the cast. A drop of blood, a drop of hope, the sleep of death broken with a single kiss. Treasure hunter Fee pricks her finger on an old spindle. She awakes the ghost of Prince Briar Rose, who believes a single kiss will break his century-long sleeping cast. To try and free him, Fee joins forces with Shane, an axe-wielding huntswoman, and embarks on a perilous journey to the Forest of Thorns. Together they'll face dark magic enchantments, nightmarish beasts, but not the most dangerous of all, the mysterious witch who captures Shane's heart, and the ghostly prince who believes in a true love at any cost. Sounds really interesting. I really like this shiny front cover, and it's just, oh my god, you know me and floppy books, guys. It's so floppy, I'm gonna die. And then I've got here an ARC that I got sent by the lovely Walker Books. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is an uncorrected proof copy. This is Finding Jupiter by Kellis Rowe. This is a fresh contemporary love story from a standout new voice in YA. What if Romeo and Juliet took place in Memphis in 2022? Ray has no time for romance. She's queen of the roller rink, and she's seen what loving someone too much and losing them can do to a person. But Orion, on the other hand, would like to be smooth with the girls. He looks like the jock his father wants him to be, but really he is just a hopeless romantic. So when he spots Ray at the rink, it feels like the stars have aligned. An honest, unpredictable, funny and heartbreaking dual point of view story of love the readers will fall head over heels for. So Kellis Rowe, the author, is a debut author and alum of Pitch Wars, the volunteer-run mentoring program for aspiring writers. Their passion for writing contemporary YA comes from growing up as a black teenager in Memphis, yearning to see her experience of first love, its scope and its nature, on the pages of the books that she's read, and she's now based in Texas, USA. So yeah, this book, it says here, comes out 2nd of June, and I do actually have the final cover picture here of what it will end up looking like. So there you go, beautiful colours, I really like it. So yeah, Romeo and Juliet in Memphis, sounds so good. So yeah, I got a beautiful, beautiful poster here. I've also got a letter from the author, so I'll quickly read that out to you as well. Dear reader, I've always been drawn to sweeping love songs and 80s teen romance movies. Even now I take sides in the YA love triangles I read, but I was an adult before I read any YA black teen romances. Black teens deserve big love stories too, when characters simply navigate home, school and life. Enter Ray and Orion's epic love story. I wanted to feature creative black teens with joyful artistic outlets. Orion is a studious, competitive athlete who plays guitar, but only in private because he's shy about it. Ray is a brilliant artist who creates found poetry to process her thoughts and feelings. Both characters are dealing with the repercussions of unavailable or absent fathers and with grief, and they make art for themselves, not for an audience, an important representation of self-care. Originally Ray was going to create poetry in verse for her journals, but there's a special magic to found poetry. In a world where many young readers search for books that feel like home, I want to show them that they can find their own reflections and discover deep personal truths in words previously intended for another purpose. What a gift to be able to find poetry everywhere and anywhere. I hope Ray and Orion's love starts conversations that will heal and uplift black people and enrich everyone who reads them. Thank you so much for reading my debut novel, Kellis. So yeah, lovely note there from the author. But yeah, I really like the sound of this. You know me, I love my contemporary romance. But yeah, 2nd of June, guys. If you really like the sound of it, get your hands on it. If you like the sound of a black love story with a Romeo and Juliet kind of twist, yeah, add this to your wish list on Amazon. You know, this boy's gonna want to love me, I can tell. My heart breaks him because I'm not a girl to love. Dun dun dun. So yeah, it just sounds really, really awesome. Perfect fans of Angie Thomas, Sandy Nelson, Jenny Han and Alice Oseman. I'm really excited for this one. Like, I just want to drop everything and kind of like start it now. Pretty soon. But oh man, I just love it so much. And look at just alternate perspectives from both of them. Like, And also there's multimedia, guys. Hopefully this is in the final copies. I really hope so. But yeah, multimedia in books. It's just one of my faves, text messages. Yeah, I really hope. As this is an art, things can change. So yeah, really excited to give it a read. Massive thank you again to Walker. I think I'm gonna love this book. I'll start it pretty soon, I think. I'm pretty sure I might end up picking it up after my current read. If not very soon, because I just want to give it a read. Like, it sounds so good. No. I've got an additional book here which was a pre-order. This is Carrie Fletcher's new book, With This Kiss. This is a signed exclusive Waterstones edition, and today's actually the release day. It is the 14th of April, and yeah, went to pick this up from my local Waterstones today. I actually pre-ordered this like November last year, so I'm really excited that I have it. I'll just show you the signed bit inside there. It's actually signed. This isn't a book plate, it's an actual bit that's signed, which is really nice. And yeah, blue underneath, and the edges of the pages are this like navy blue and golden stars. And yeah, on the inside pages it's this beautiful like purple with stars. And yeah, back, front, and yeah, so it's now in Waterstones because today is the release date. So really happy to have this now. And so yeah, it's Carrie Fletcher. I've read books by her before and I've really enjoyed them. So it says readers will fall in love with this kiss. And the quotes on here are, "This book was everything I didn't know I needed. It's a story of love, friendship, knowing yourself, and a big dose of hope. All of Carrie Hope books are brilliant. This one is no exception. Really highly recommend it. It's a 5-star read, absorbed into the story, an absolute delight to read, captured from the start. A love story with a difference, which was excellent. An original idea with great characters. A charming book that I read in one sitting." But yeah, Carrie Hope Fletcher, she's an actress, singer, and she is well known for like her vlogs. And it was from like It's Way Past My Bedtime was her channel, like that's how I know her from. She is the sister of Tom Fletcher from the band of McFly, for those of you who don't know. But her books include All I Know Now and On the Other Side. And yeah, the one that I read by her was like All I Know Now, I believe it's called. I really enjoyed that one. So yeah, and she's also starred in Broadway. She's been Eponine in Les Miserables, in London, West End. She's been in The War of the Worlds, The Addams Family, Heathers the Musical, and currently she's starring in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella as the lead role. She lives just outside of London, and yeah, you can find her on Twitter at Carrie H. Fletcher if you would like to. But yeah, so this story, it says here, timeless romance with a sprinkling of magic. From the outside, Lorelai is an ordinary young woman with a normal life. She absolutely loves reading. She works at the local cinema. She adores living with her best friend. She carries a painful burden, something that she's kept hidden for years. Whenever she kisses someone on the lips, she sees how they're going to die. They've known that if they're seeing what's always meant to be, or if it's a kiss that decides her destiny. So she hasn't kissed anybody since she was 18. So then she meets Grayson, who is sweet, clever and funny, and for the first time in years she yearns for a man's kiss, but she can't, because if she does, should she try to intervene and change what she sees. So sweepingly romantic, utterly original. It's a one love story that you won't ever forget. It sounds so interesting and really intriguing. I like the sound of, like, you know, this sort of like kissing and seeing somebody's like destiny of like how they're going to die, and you know, like, can she jump in and actually try and stop it this time? So it sounds so good. I really want to dive into this so soon. I'm having this so much lately with all of these books. But yeah, this book is now released. Get your hands on it, guys. It's amazing. If you love your chick licks, if you love your romances, if you love your contemporaries, get hold of this. It's on the Waterstones website, and I believe like worldwide can access Waterstones website these days. So yeah, get your hands on it. It's great. And yeah, I'm super happy that I've got this now. and I've no idea when I will start it. I'm hoping that I can put it on my next month's TBR somehow, maybe bring it to Spain with me, who knows. But yeah, I just can't wait to give it a read. I'm super excited. I've got some more books that I have accumulated for the month of April, and yeah, I'm gonna start with the books that I literally got recently. So I did go into Waterstones when I got paid. I got paid my overtime, so some of my overtime has gone towards this, so some of my really hard earned money. So I'm just trying to think. The first book that I picked up was The No Show by Beth O'Leary. This was literally in the front door. I saw the sign by the author sticker. There was only one copy that was actually signed. So I'll just quickly show you the signature right here. So yeah, nice and hand signed there. But yeah, I don't really know too much of what this book is about. I just know Beth O'Leary. The Fletcher was one of my favourite books, like when that came out. I absolutely loved it. I've still yet to read The Switch and The Road Trip, which I do own. But yeah, Beth O'Leary, I was just like, you know what, they were an autobiography because I just loved The Fletcher so much, and I hear really, really good things about the other books. So it says here, 8:52 a.m. Siobhan is looking forward to her breakfast date with Joseph. She was surprised when he suggested it. She normally sees him late at night in her hotel room. Breakfast on Valentine's Day surely means something, so where is he? 2:43 p.m. Miranda is hoping that a Valentine's Day lunch with Carter will be the perfect way to celebrate her new job, a fresh start, and a sign that her life is falling into place. And she's been dating Carter for 5 months. Things are getting serious, but why hasn't he shown up? 6:30 p.m. Joseph Carter agreed to be Jane's fake boyfriend at an engagement party. They've not known each other very long. Their friendship is fast becoming the brightest part of her new life in Winchester. Joseph promised to save Jane tonight, but he's not there. Meet Joseph Carter, that is, if you can find him. So it's Beth O'Leary's brilliantly funny, heartwarming and heartbreaking, joyful new novel about dating and waiting, the ways of love that can find us. So yeah, so there's 3 people that Mr. Joseph Carter has stood up. So I feel like it's going to end up being really interesting and possibly a bit of like hilarity in it. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be an interesting one. Beth O'Leary really knew how to get to my feels in the Fletcher. So yeah, I have high hopes. This was half price as well, so I was really, really happy about that, and it's a brand new release. The next book that I picked up, I think, was She Gets the Girl. This by Rachel Lippincott and Alison Derrick. So Rachel Lippincott is the author of 5 Feet Apart, one of my favourite books. Absolutely love it. I do own All This Time and The Lucky List. I did start All This Time actually, and I was kind of really enjoying it. So yeah, Rachel Lippincott is another autobiographer, because when an author has a favourite book that's on my list, I tend to like buy their next books to see what I like about them. But what I like about this is LGBT, it's a female romance, and I really like the sound of it. So it's about Alex, who's headstrong with a dash of chaos and a lot of flirt. She knows how to get the girl, but keeping her not so much. Molly's completely in love with the impossibly cool Cora, but she hasn't actually talked to her yet. Their paths then cross unexpectedly. Alex and Molly realise they might have something in common. But if Alex can help Molly get her dream girl, she can prove to her own ex that she is serious about love. But then the two work together on their plans to get the other girls to fall for them. But then could they be the ones that fall for each other? I think this one is going to be really, really cute. And yeah, I really like the sounds of it. I really want to read more LGBT novels, whether they are sapphic, female, whether it's like gay, you know, romance, like Heartstopper sort of thing. So if you've read a really, really good LGBT novel recently, do let me know and suggest it down below. I've got If This Gets Out, which I've collected, and yeah, there's What If It's Us as well. Yeah, I just want to read so many more LGBT books, sapphic books. Just listen down below, I just want to hear more. I then next picked up The In-Between by Mark Klein. I know that this is a movie on Netflix, and I have since watched the movie. Oh my goodness, I cried so much, like near the end. It really was amazing. I loved the actor, especially Joey King. Like, she is amazing. I love her. She is in the Books by Beth Recalls the films to them, which is the Kiss and Boo films, and I really like her in those films. Yeah, this really, really ripped my heart out, like in the actual movie. So yeah, I have no idea if the book's going to do the same, if not worse. But yeah, this is about Tessa, who's 17 years old. She doesn't believe that she deserves love, but then she meets Skylar, who's a senior from a neighbouring town, and then it leads to a romance. So Tessa then starts to believe that she might be deserving of love after all, but then tragedy strikes. She wakes up alone in a hospital with no memory how she got there. She learns the horrifying news that Skylar is dead. In search for answers, Tessa uncovers the shocking truth of their relationship, a truth that might just lead her to the afterlife itself. With Skylar's spirit reaching out to her from the other side, she might just get to see him one last time. A radiant, swoon-worthy ghost story combined with an empowering story of a young woman finding her creative voice. Yeah, so yeah, it was just, yeah, the movie just blew me away, and yeah, I really look forward to giving the book a read. And yeah, I love books and movie adaptations, you know me. So yeah, I look forward to reading that when I get around to it. And then the final book that I got from Waterstones that day was The Promised Neverland, volume number 1. This is story by Carrie and artist by Pusuka Demizu. So yeah, this is volume number 1. This is about Emma, Norman and Ray, who are the brightest kids at Gracefield House orphanages. Under the care of the woman they refer to as Mum, all of the kids have enjoyed a comfortable life. Good food, clean clothes, perfect environment to learn. What more could an orphan ask for? One day, Emma and Norman uncover the dark truth of the outside world they are forbidden from seeing. I have been told so many amazing things about this, and yeah, I believe that there is like an anime as well, but I'm told like the graphic novels are better, I think I've heard. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a read, but I've just really heard these graphic novels are so good, so I'm looking forward to reading this. And then I went to a free bookshelf when I went to see my nan, and I picked up a couple of books, the first of which is Felix the Railway Cat. This is by Kate Moore. So of course, a cat. You know me, I love my cats. Got 2 of my own. They are my favourite pets like ever. So it says here, although she has a vital job to do as senior pest controller, Felix is much more than just the employee of TransPennine Express. Felix changes lives in surprising ways. She's ready to leap into action and save the day, from bringing a boy with autism out of his shell to providing comfort to a runaway child shivering on the platform one night. Her chance friendship with a commuter that she waits for on the platform every morning finally gives Felix the recognition she deserves, catapulting her to international stardom. Full of funny and heartwarming stories, Felix the Railway Cat is a remarkable tale of a close-knit Yorkshire community and its amazing bond with a very special cat. It just sounds so cute. I absolutely love it. How a remarkable station cat became the heart of a community. And let me just like get rid of this sticker. It's just on the cat's face. That's just so rude, British Heart Foundation. How could you put the sticker on the cat's face? This sticker is actually really stuck on big time. Oh my god, why do they use stickers that like can't come off? Like, look, they just put a sticker on the cat's face. Like, that's just rude, British Heart Foundation. How could you do that? But yeah, this feels like it's going to be a great book. The other book that I picked up is So Lucky by Dawn O'Porter. I've seen this around. So yeah, these are literally from the free bookshelf that is in my town. So it says here, in anyone's life, Beth shows that women really can have it all. Ruby lives life by her own rules, and Lauren is living the dream. Is it as perfect as it looks? Beth hasn't had sex in a year. Ruby feels like she's failing, and Lauren's happiness is fake news. And it just takes one shocking event to make the truth come tumbling out. Dun dun dun. It's a straight-talking new novel from a Sunday Times and Irish Times bestseller. There's quotes here saying it's a binge read, taps into the shame and self-hatred we all battle with, and it's also very funny. Matt Haig is quoted on it saying it's a total joy. Unputdownable Marion Keyes. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. So it's like a I want to say like women's fiction, like chick lit sort of book. So yeah, we'll see about this one. Then my fairy box came, and The book that I've got here is An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X. Arpan. So this is one of the books, and it's a blue edged, absolutely cute and gorgeous, and it's signed on the inside as well, like hand signed. So it says here, this luminous love story cuts bone deep. Hunter Yi has perfect aim with a bow and arrow, but all else in his life veers off course. Haunted by his family's past mistakes, the only things keeping him from running away are his younger brother, a supernatural wind, and the bewitching girl at his new school. Luna Chang dreads the future. Graduation looms ahead and her parents' expectations are stifling. Then her life is turned upside down by the strange new boy in her class, the unearthly fireflies that follow her around, and an ominous crack that begins to spread across the town of Fairbridge. Hunter and Luna navigate into the feuds between their families, uncovers hidden secrets, everything around them begins to fall apart. All they can depend on is their love, but time is running out and fate will have its way. It's a reinterpretation of Romeo and Juliet filled with romance, magic and Chinese mythology. You know me, I love me a good romance, especially a Romeo and Juliet one, but with like Chinese mythology in as well. But this is from the author of This Astonishing Colour of After, who I've heard really, really good things about. So yeah, and I saw this on like a Waterstones website the other day, and then it came on my Fairy, so this is great. So yeah, look forward to reading that. And then the other book that came is Blood Scion by Deborah Fillet, and yes, I have seen this book around, and the Fairy bookmark as well for the month of April. And we have got a signature on the inside there, blue edges, and let's have a look. There is artwork on the dust jacket just there, which is like really good. Oh my goodness, there's like actual artwork on the inside as well. I love it when they do this and they surprise us with artwork underneath the dust jacket. So yeah, that's the Fairy. And it says here, I am a descendant of Shango, the god of heat and fire. I am a living inferno. I am a dead girl walking. 15-year-old Sloane can incinerate an enemy at will. She is a Scion, a descendant of the ancient Orisha gods. But under the brutal rule of Lucis, her identity means her death. Her mother knew as much, and she disappeared trying to hide Sloane's truth. Sloane too has hidden her abilities, but on her 15th birthday she is conscripted into the Lucis army. Once taken, Sloane must not only conceal her power but overcome the bloody changes of Lucis's training. But if she can infiltrate the Lucis, she could destroy her enemies, the people who think of her as less than human, the overlords responsible for her mother's disappearance. And Sloane rises through the ranks and gains strength, but in doing so risks something greater, which is leaving her cells entirely and becoming the very monster that she abhors. So it's really interesting. I like this. Like being a descendant of the god of heat and fire, and being a Scion, and yeah, powers, and yeah, this is what they deserve. They wanted me to be a monster. I would be the worst monster they ever created. We've got here equal parts soaring fantasy, heart-pounding action, and a bloody social commentary. Blood Scion as a triumph of a book, full of heart, resilience and magic that will pull you in from the very first page and have you thirsting for more. So yeah, it just sounds really interesting. I like the sound of this one. We've got a little bubbling of the words here too. Yeah, and I have seen it around. So yeah, nice to have this book now as part of Fairy. So thank you to Fairy for having those couple of books. And also my tarot cards. Got these beautiful couple of tarot cards this month, the Emperor and the High Priestess, little like Fairy tarot cards that they always have in their boxes, and I think they're really, really gorgeous. And then next to all, I have here some Alice Oseman books. So yes, of course, I watched the Heartstopper TV show, and I went looking through my Alice Oseman books, and I discovered that I've got Radio Silence already and Loveless. I for some reason thought that I did have I Was Born for this, but I never got around to getting it apparently. I literally searched 3 times throughout my books and I could not find it. And yeah, all the pictures I literally went through. So yeah, so I got I Was Born for This, the lovely, like, beautiful cover that matches all the other books. And yeah, it says here Angel Life is about one thing, the Ark, a pop rock trio of teenage boys taking the world by storm. Being part of the Ark's fandom has given her everything she loves, her friend Juliet, her dreams and her place in the world. Jimmy owes everything to the Ark. He's a front man and playing in a band with his mates is all he's ever dreamed of doing. Dreams don't always turn out the way you think. When Jimmy and Angel unexpectedly fuss together, they find out how strange and surprising facing up to reality can be. It sounds really interesting. Then I've got here Solitaire, which I have read and listened to before. I had the old cover of this, but I listened to an audiobook and I wasn't massively focusing on it. At the time I gave it 4 out of 5 Kit Kats, but I'm thinking if I read this properly and focus on it like full on, then I might end up like enjoying it a lot more. This is about Tori Spring, who is the sister of Charlie, who is from the Heartstopper series. So yeah, my name is Tori Spring. I like to sleep and I like to blog. Last year I had friends. Things were very different, but that's all over now. There's Solitaire, Michael Holden. I don't know what Solitaire are trying to do. I don't care about Michael Holden. I actually really don't. Yeah, it says this is not a love story, but yeah, we should see about that the second time around. I have then got here Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. This is a Heartstopper novella. This is literally a love story. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I have this now. I've got the audiobook from my library to like read alongside it. It's really, really short too. I've been meaning to get my hands on this. Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be really enjoyable, and yeah, fingers crossed. I think there's like doodles throughout this as well, which I like. You know, I'm really hoping it's going to be really cute. So it says here, Charlie, I've been going out with Nick Nelson for 2 years. He likes rugby dogs and they sound felt tips, making paper and drawing on shoes, and he also likes me. Nick says, things me and Charlie Spring do together include watch films, make out, make food, talk, argue, laugh. Maybe we're kind of boring, but that's fine with us. Everyone knows that Nick and Charlie are the perfect couple and they are inseparable. But Nick is now leaving for university. Charlie will be left behind at sixth form. As the time to say goodbye draws closer, both boys begin to question, is their love strong enough to survive being apart? After all, first loves rarely last forever. I really hope they do last forever. I really do. And then the other novella, which is This Winter by Alice Oseman, and it says here, I hate Christmas, Tori says. No you don't, I say. I hate this one. Everyone hates this one. This winter has been a tough one for Tori, Charlie and Oliver Spring. They are all trying to get through Christmas Day with minimum drama. For Oliver that means Mario Kart with his brother and sister. For Tori and Charlie it means putting the past 2 months behind them. Will this Christmas drive this Spring family apart or start to pull them back together? I really hope that there's a, you know, I hope that we get Nick in this too. But yeah, it's a Heartstopper novella. I'm just really happy to have it. I really hope that I enjoy it. But yeah, these are really short, these two. And yeah, I really, really hope that I do enjoy them. Like, it would be really, really nice if I could. Do you know the sad thing is that these are both $7.99 and really, really short. And these are also both $7.99 and they're a bit chunkier. I don't understand why, like with publishers and that, like why this wouldn't be like, for example, $6.99 and then these be $7.99. Surely that would make more sense, but no. Anyway, look, these all match now. I'm happy to have them. Alice Oseman, I've got all of her books now and I'm really happy about it. And could this be a new massive favourite author of mine? I don't know. I'm gonna give all of them a try, and I'm thinking this time of reading it in kind of like the timeline order. There is like a timeline that's on Alice Oseman's website. I've literally just discovered it today, and yeah, it says like when you should read which book and stuff. So I'm thinking of like following that this time, and then seeing like what makes sense and everything. But yeah, those are the recent books that I got as part of my April book haul. We're literally near the end of the month now, and I have a few more books to share with you. I went to the free bookshelf yesterday and I picked up a few books. So the first of which is From Notting Hill with Love Actually. This is by Ali McNamara. This is a chick lit book basically. What can I say? So it says here, Scarlett loves the movies, but does she love sensible fiance David just as much? With a big white wedding on the horizon, Scarlett really should have decided by now. When she has the chance to house sit in Notting Hill, the setting of one of her favourite movies, Scarlett jumps at the chance. But living life like a movie is trickier than it seems, especially when her new neighbour Sean is so irritating and irritatingly handsome. She finds herself starring in a romantic comedy of her very own. who will end up as the leading man. Yeah, we shall see who is going to be the losing man. But yeah, nice little chick lit. Then I picked up by Rachel Kane, who sadly passed away not too long ago. This is Bitter Falls, and I think this is in the series of Stillhouse Lake, I want to say. Stillhouse Lake, Kilman Creek, Wolf Hunter River. I'm not entirely sure if this is in that series or not, or if this is a standalone. So yeah, I feel like it is in the Stillhouse series. Yeah, it's the 4th book in the Stillhouse Lake series. So I think I own the 1st book on ebook. So yeah, when I found this, I was just like, oh my goodness, Rachel Kane. I met her in person like a fair few years ago now, and she was absolutely lovely. She signed a few of my Morganville vampire books, and yeah, she's really, really sweet. So yeah, it's really sad to hear that she did pass away, and I really like the cover of this. It gives me such autumny vibes, and I hear really, really good things about the series. So yeah, Stillhouse Lake, I believe it's like a thriller mystery, yeah, like a chilling thriller series. So yeah, at some point I will give it a read. But yeah, when I found this on the free bookshelf, I was just like, is this a sign I need to read this series? Like, maybe it is. And then the 3rd and final book that I picked up from the shelf was The Gift by Cecilia Ahern, for the author of Peace, I Love You. So it says that if you could wish for one gift this Christmas, what would it be? Lou Stefan wishes that he could be in 2 places at once. His constant battle with the clock is a sensitive issue with his wife and family. Gabe is a homeless man who sits outside Lou's office. When Lou invites Gabe into the building and into his life, Lou's world has changed beyond all measure. An enchanting and thoughtful Christmas story that speaks to all of us about the value of time and what is truly important in life. It sounds really cute and really sweet. And yeah, you know, it's a Christmassy novel, so yeah, this would be great to read around the Christmas period. Yeah. And then the final book that I've got here is an ARC copy of The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean. This doesn't come out until July. This was sent by the lovely Simon Schuster. Thank you so much for sending me this book. It sounds absolutely amazing. It's like Gossip Girl with like LGBTQ plus vibes, and also like scandalous secrets, roller coaster romances, and a hell of a mystery. So it says here, James has been a prince all of his life. Since he was born, he was thrust into the spotlight as the first black heir to the throne. But then his father dies unexpectedly, and they are crowned king at the age of 17, and their life changes. So James's boyfriend suddenly then goes missing. Threatening envelopes appear in the palace. Gossip and scandals that only he knows are leaked to the public. As the anonymous informant continues to expose every last skeleton in the royal closet, James realises that even those in his inner circle can't be trusted. Long live this scandal. So yes, Benjamin Dean is the author of Me, My Dad at the End of the Rainbow, which was a Waterstones Children's Book of the Month and shortlisted for the Waterstones Children's Book Prize. Yeah, he is on Twitter at NotAgainBen, and yeah, this is his debut YA novel. I really like the sound of it because I just love the sound of like Gossip Girl with the scandalous secrets. I mean, you know me, I love me a Gossip Girl, scandals and secrets and royalty. Yeah, if you need a book with royalty in, this will tick those boxes. But yeah, I hope you really like the sound of this and add it to your wish lists. Yeah, it sounds really good. So yeah, look forward to giving this a read at some point soon. So that is it for the end of this April book haul. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I have gained so many amazing books this time around, especially books I really want to read as well. Like, I put down books these days where I'm just like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to enjoy that. So I literally wait for the moment where I do want to read it. And yeah, so I probably didn't spend too much actually on this haul because I had the £10 off. So yeah, like pretty good going actually. Like, I didn't really spend too much, maybe like £10 on all of these books. So yeah, there was a £4 as the book. the charity shop books, and then I had the £10 voucher, which like I got it for nothing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with all of that. So anyway, that's the end, guys. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments if you have read any of these books, what books you're currently reading, and what you guys have recently hauled. And yeah, let's talk books, because I love chatting with you guys. But I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. Social media links are linked down below. Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, my gaming channel, book clubs. It's just all there for you guys. And I will see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye!